All right, so we've got 10 mistakes to avoid before starting a print-on-demand company. I'm Will from PPC Coach, and I've been selling a lot of print-on-demand products in my time, taught a lot of marketers in how to do so, and during that time, I noticed that a few mistakes that people seem to make when starting a print-on-demand store. So to save you a ton of frustration and a ton of time and a ton of money, this video is going to go through those 10 mistakes for you. This way you can learn and you can skip them and then you can get to profitability faster. So let's dive in, shall we? Number one, do not build a store right away. You don't need to. You can use companies that do not require you to have a store. This saves a ton of startup and ongoing issues. You don't have to be a techie. You don't have to take the money from a sales page. You don't have to print. You don't have to ship. You don't have to update. And most importantly, when you don't create a store, you don't have to do customer service. Customer service is awful. There's a lot of times when people will buy something and then immediately they'll be like, where's my product? What's going on? I ordered it like yesterday. Why don't I have a tracking number yet? It's not fun at all. So avoiding customer service in your print on demand business is key. Now, the final thing is you want to test your stuff first before, and then you can build a store later. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, do not sell these things. Don't sell t-shirts first. They're low margin. You can sell it for like 20 bucks and you make $5 profit per sale. That means you have no budget to advertise with. That stinks. They do work, they will sell, but the competition is fierce. Look at Merch by Amazon. That's your competition. I started out way back in the day selling t-shirts, but I moved on to way better products because they make a lot more money for me than a t-shirt ever could. So that's number two. Avoid the t-shirts, at least to start, okay? I know everybody wants to do them, just don't do that. So number three, don't go broad. Okay, pick a niche. I say niche because I'm Canadian, and master it. Every niche has money in it. Okay, some have more than others, obviously, but you want to pick one and master it. Then you can add in another niche later. Do not flip flop around. When you lose focus, you lose money, you lose everything. So don't do that. Pick a niche, stick to it. That's a huge mistake that a lot of people make because they get distracted. They go online and they see, oh, that niche is doing well. I want to make something there. Oh, this one's making a lot of money. I want to make something there. Don't do that. Pick a niche and stick with it. Okay. Number four, don't sell direct to the buyer. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, you want to offer the buyer a gift that they can give to someone else as, to make them happy. This gift angle works beautifully, and I built my business on this. It does far better versus trying to sell direct to someone. T-shirt marketers don't really get this though. They think that I'm going to make a t-shirt, it's going to be funny or whatever. I'm going to sell it right to that person and I'm going to make a ton of money. It kind of works, but it's not as easy. So it just like a human nature, and people do love to give gifts to other people. It just makes them happy. It makes the person giving it happy, makes the person getting it happy, makes you happy because you profit as well. So, you're not selling t-shirts to start right anyway. So that's a good thing. Anyway, number five, don't forget about emotions in your products. The gift angle is awesome. The one where you offer a product to give to somebody else, but you have to use something called the greeting card format in order to make that work. And that is to my blank. And then you insert a funny or an emotional quote. And then you put love blank. So it could be to my wife. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. I love you. Love your husband. Or to my daughter. You'll never forget. I don't know. You'll always be daddy's little girl. Love dad. Stuff like that. That's the format that you should be using on your products. Whether it's a necklace or a message card or a coffee mug, or I don't really think you can do it on a t-shirt. But again, we're not talking about t-shirts because they don't make enough money. So use the greeting card format always. Okay, number six is the mistake is people don't expand when they find a winner. So what you want to do is make sure that you expand to all other products when you find a winner. If you have, say, a coffee mug that is selling well, now put that on a t-shirt, put that on a hoodie, put that on a necklace, put that on a message card. You get the idea. Diversify your products so that you can make a lot more money. Okay, number seven, do not quit after one attempt. So I see this way too often. Someone will have an idea, they'll put it on a t-shirt, they'll put it on a mug, whatever. It doesn't sell, so they quit. and they say, this doesn't work. Well, I hate to tell you, but it does work, but you got to think of it like this. How many swings does it take a pro baseball player to get a home run? Quite a few, right? Like a lot. So it is a lot more than one. So you have to keep swinging. You have to keep stepping up to the plate in order to find your big winner. You're not just because you launch something, it doesn't mean it's going to work 100%. You got to keep taking a crack at it. You got to keep trying. And it's like the old Michael Scott thing. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's true. But you got to keep going and taking those shots too. All right. Number 8, and this is something that a lot of people disagree with me on, but I say this is a huge mistake that people make. So do not rely on family or friends' opinions. Okay, so it sounds counterintuitive because you think if I make a product, I want to show it to my friends and family. I want to make sure that they're okay. I want to make sure that they like it. No, their opinions of a product do not matter. And I'll take it a step further and I'll say your opinion of a product doesn't matter either. Which is weird, right? Because you got to think, well, I got to like the product that I'm selling. No, you don't. I got to like the design of the product that I made. No, you don't. Your personal taste or your friend's personal taste or your family's personal taste in design or in elements or whatever's on it does not matter. I cannot tell you how many times I've showed stuff to my family and they'll be like, yeah, I don't know. And then it goes on to sell 2,000 units. And I'm like, if I listen to you, I would never have sold those 2,000 units. Because to you, you're like, I don't like that. This should be here, and I don't like that font, and that color's wrong. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Even when people come to me and they say, Will, can you look at this? What do you think of this? I'll be like, well, how many sales does it have? They'll be like, oh, no, I haven't launched it yet. I'm like, step 1, launch it. If it's got sales and you want an opinion on it, then I'll tell you. But right now I can tell you that you have to launch it. Now, I mean, if it's a dog's breakfast, if it's totally ridiculously bad, then of course it's not going to work. But don't make the mistake of asking for your friends and family opinions on products. The only opinion that matters is your audience. And the real true indicator of whether something is good or not is sales. Did it sell? Look at the sales data. Don't look at opinions. You can't put opinions into your bank account, okay? You'll never get off the ground if you ask people what they think of every single thing you do. Don't worry about it. So number 9, do not worry about perfection. I hate to tell you, but it doesn't exist. Getting something out there is better than nothing because you want it to be perfect. If you want to spend more than 10 minutes on a design, it's too long, in my honest opinion. The font or the shade of color or any other design element is not really vital to success, okay? So people think, well, it's got to look good. It's got to look decent, but it doesn't have to look good. There's so many things out there that I even look at today, and I'm like, that's ugly. And then I look at the sales, I'm like, 10,000 sales. I'm like, what happened? Well, my personal taste, I applied that to that in my judgment, and my personal taste doesn't matter, okay? Don't waste your time trying to be perfect. Don't waste your time asking your mom or your dad or your kids or anybody, your brothers, your sisters, what do you think of this? Well, that doesn't matter. So you got to remember this. Imperfect action always 100% of the time without fail beats perfect inaction every single time. So there's no exceptions to that either. Something is better than nothing. Take action and get something out there. All right. Number 10, this is kind of it should be a no-brainer, but it's not because I see this a lot. Number 10 is do not do trademark designs. I know they'll sell very well. I know you can whip up like a Baby Yoda design, and I know it will sell. I know you can easily list it on a site. I know it's going to do very well for you, but there's one thing that's going to happen. Disney is going to come after you, and this is just one example. The site that you listed on will eventually ban you. You're going to lose all the money you made because they're going to want it back. You'll potentially lose even more in a lawsuit. Don't do that. It's not worth the frustration. The company has spent millions on branding, and that's why it sells. That's why it's easy. But you cannot profit off their brand. That's why trademarks and copyrights and all that good stuff exist. It's not legal for you to do that. So don't do that. Don't. I actually had someone that I was working with, and they were selling something from Disney, and I said to them, I'm not comfortable with this. I don't think you should do this. I think you're going to get in trouble. And they insisted. And I said, okay, but it's on you when you get in trouble. That's my opinion. And they said, yeah, no problem. And I haven't really heard from them in a while. I'm not sure what happened. I hope everything's good, but I have a feeling Disney noticed. And I have a feeling Disney knocked on their door and said, hey, no, can't do that. And I have a feeling they may have gotten in trouble. So don't be that person. Anyway, I just realized doing this that I could easily do more than 10 mistakes to avoid, but in the interest of time, I think I'll save the rest for another video. And if you guys like this, maybe I'll do 10 more, but there is so much that I've learned over the years and what to do and what not to do. And I hope this helps you out big time. So if you want some help with print on demand and getting profitable, I'm here for you. I do have a group coaching program. You can check it out. The link is in the description. If you like the video though, show some love to the YouTube algorithm for me and hit the like button, share it, and do one last thing. Let me know in the comments if you've already started a print on demand store. I'd like to know kind of which route you took. Did you create one directly on like Shopify, or do you list items on Etsy, or did you pick a platform that you want to use? If you want to know of any platforms that I like, ask me in the comments too and I'll let you know. So comment below with your answer. I love the interaction. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.